Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. This is the afternoon edition. I am just smoking my little basket pipe. No name basket pipe. It really smokes great. I really like this pipe. And today I just mixed up this blend. This is a blend that James Long and Mel Harris and I have been playing. Mel Harris came up with the blend. It's Old Dark Fired and Sleepy Hollow. Now Mel Harris does it. He does 75% Sleepy Hollow and 25% Old Dark Fired. And James Long and I were talking about it the other night. And we wanted to try it with more dark fired. And James Long posted a video last night doing it. And I think he did it. I'm not sure of his, I don't remember his percentages. But I think his was 70% dark fired, 30% Sleepy Hollow. And I did it today. We call it Dark Hollow. James Long came up with the name Dark Hollow. And that's what I'm calling it. It's a cool name. Today I did mine. My mixture was 0.75 ounces of Old Dark Fired. Excuse me. 0.75 ounces of Old Dark Fired and 0.25 ounces of Sleepy Hollow. And after I mixed it all together, and obviously, you got to let it sit for a while before you really get the full effect of the tobacco. When I mixed it together, I thought, man, this Sleepy Hollow is still going to be too overpowering, because when I smelled it, you couldn't even smell the Old Dark Fired. It was still just all Sleepy Hollow overpowering it. But I let it sit for a couple hours, and I would go in and shake it up, and just let it sit. And when I opened it up again, I was starting to get a little bit of that barbecue smell back from the Dark Fired. But it was still very overpowering, predominantly Sleepy Hollow. When I lit it, it was very much Old Dark Fired with just a kiss of Sleepy Hollow, which is what I want from it. I want it to be primarily Old Dark Fired with just a kiss of that Sleepy Hollow spiciness. And that's pretty much what I'm getting. I'm looking forward to letting it sit for a month. And really letting the flavors meld together and seeing what happens. See if that Sleepy Hollow smooths out a little bit. Thinking 80-20 may even be a better blend for this. But you know, I just blended it, so it's not gonna you're not gonna get the full effect of the tobacco yet. You know, the mixture, because you're still getting, you know, it has a blended. I could press it. That would, you know, blend it much quicker. But I think I'm just gonna let this sit in the jar. At least till the end of the month. And then break it out and see what it's like. But just from, you know, just mixing it today and smoking it, it's really a cool blend. It kind of gives you an idea of what you're looking at. But I definitely want to tone down the you know, I hope the Sleepy Hollow tones down a little bit in it, so I bring out the Old Dark Fire more in it. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun seeing how this turns out. Because just right now, I'm liking it. But the Old Dark Fire is still a little overpowered by the Sleepy Hollow for my taste. I want more of the Old Dark Fire. Just because I love Old Dark Fire. But if you're a fan of the Sleepy Hollow, you'd love this. And I do like Sleepy Hollow, but I really love Old Dark Fire. But the two of these do mix really well. I can understand why Mel Harris likes this so much. That they do complement each other very nicely. And I used the Old Dark Fire that I had pressed last weekend. I just pulled that apart, broke it up. I know Mel when he does this, he uses the Old Dark Fire flakes, cuts them into 8-inch squares. So he takes some time to do that. Get a little 8-inch cubes, 8-inch squares, and then adds that into the Sleepy Hollow. I just used the Ready Rub that I had pressed out, pulled it apart, tore it up into little pieces, and mixed it in with the Sleepy Hollow. And it's really good. It's a really good, I would smoke this a lot. It's actually quite good. Can't wait for everything to meld when I have a new tobacco that I've blended together, I like to bring it out. When I first do it, I like to bring it out in the sun and let the jar heat up a little bit. I find that the heat tends to help everything meld together. It's like adding, some tobacco places, they'll heat the tobacco up, and it's just like sticking it in the oven. I notice that they'll get some condensation inside the jar. This is quite good. So I used my little postal scale, weighed out 3/4 of an ounce of Old Dark Fired, and then weighed out 1/4 ounce of the Sleepy Hollow. Mixed them together in a bag, shook it up for a good 15 minutes or so, and then mixed it by hand, and then put it in the jar, and then mixed it some more in the jar. I let it sit for about 2 hours, then I decided I'd go ahead and smoke a bowl just to try it. Get the flavor of it right off the bat, and then I'm going to let it sit. For a few weeks. And then try it again after that, see what I think. And make adjustments accordingly. First impressions, this is going to be a really good blend. And the Sleepy Hollow is not overpowering right now. It's just a nice spiciness. It's really good. So play around with it, man. If you get a chance, play around with it. It's kind of cool. I'm enjoying it. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have some fun with your tobaccos. Talk to you later.